So today we're taking a look at the 2016 Nissan Sentra SL. Now in this video we're not going to be covering all of the features standard on the Nissan Sentra. We're only going to be covering what features are standard when upgrading from the SV to the SL model. Now starting from the outside, there's actually a few key giveaways that let you know you're staring at a Nissan Sentra SL. One of which is of course these nice 17-inch alloy wheels. Now these are standard on the SL model and available only on SL models. SR models are going to also feature 17-inch alloy wheels, but in a different wheel design. Again, these more look a little bit more premium, less sporty. Now, in comparison to the SV, of course, you do have these nice turn signal lights now standard. Doing a quick walk around, as you can see, there's still a lot of features that you come from the SV here. Of course, that nice push button to unlock and lock the doors is still there. Now from the outside, there's not many dead giveaways that let you know that you're staring at a Nissan Sentra SL. Of course, SL badging here in the back is going to let you know that. But as far as key features are concerned, really one of the main things to look for is of course the alloy wheels, the turn signal lights, and the side mirrors. And one key feature that we're going to take a look at right now is of course the addition of standard fog lights. Now fog lights are available in SV models, but they're standard now on SL models. Now engine wise, it's still of course the same 1.8 liter engine, still that nice aggressive V-motion grille with the boomerang headlights. Now one thing to look for of course here is what these aggressive lights that we're staring at right now. So they're actually quite a bit different from regular SV and S models, as can be seen in the background. For the most part, the standard lights are just going to be like your halogen headlights with, of course, which can be seen here. But now, as you take a look at the SL and SR models, you start to notice that you have LED projector beam headlights with the darkened housing. So again, it makes it look a little bit more aggressive. Of course, you do see the standard fog lights there at the bottom. Of course, still the V-motion grille with the same honeycomb design here. So again, not too many changes in the grille itself. But again, there's little touches here and there that let you know you are looking at a more premium sedan here. Again, the biggest features and the biggest giveaways are once we go inside. The SL is the premium version of the Nissan Sentra. So again, it does come with standard with a lot of bells and whistles, which we're going to take a look at, such as leather seats, backup camera, and navigation. Now, overall, it is actually a really great package and one of the most attractive packages, actually. Comparable to the SR, the SL is up there with attractiveness. Now, one small thing to note, when it comes to the headlights again, of course, you do have the nice projector beam headlights, but you also have these nice LED accent lights that will turn on, kind of in the sense of a daytime running light. So we're going to turn those on right now and take a look. So as you can see, not a big deal, but something small that Nissan really does pay attention to, again, to make it give it the look of a more premium sedan. Of course, in the nighttime and not in direct sunlight, they do stand out a little bit more and really add to the overall attractiveness of the vehicle. Now, one thing keep in mind, of course, as far as performance, when moving on to SR and SL models, you actually have rear disc brakes, which can be seen here. So overall, all around 4 disc brakes, ABS, so anti-lock braking system standard on the Nissan Sentra. Now moving on to the insides, where we're going to start to see some of the biggest notable changes, a few of which of course are now standard. Of course was the leather armrest on some more affordable models, but now as you can see here on the side, even the sides of it are actually wrapped in leather. So little touches here and there that really do add to the elegance of the car overall. Now one thing to note, for the first time ever available on the Nissan Sentra, is here the 6-way power adjustable seating. So you can go up, down, front, back, and of course the back is powered as well, with of course lumbar support. So again, it's little things that really actually do make a huge impact in the overall appearance and luxury sense of the Nissan Sentra. Now moving on to the inside, one thing to have also paid attention to, when upgrading to the Nissan Sentra SL, you do get standard leather seats. Now, of course, these are actually one of the most comfortable in its class. They really do, uh, again, feel very, very comfortable. It tends to hold you in place very, very well. Now, again, given how it's an upgrade from the SV, you still, of course, have standard push button start with the Nissan Intelligent Key. Of course, you still have your Eco and Sport buttons, so a lot of technology does carry over. Now, where we do see some of the bigger changes is there. Now, that's one extra screen that you have on the advanced driver assist display. Now, you might be thinking why it is so important to have a compass there. You may not see the importance to it, but actually what it is where you're going to get your turn-by-turn direction. Right now, since what you're seeing out there, of course, now standard navigation, but right now, since I don't have destination set, you just have a picture of a compass, and again, controllable by this button here. But when you do have your navigation set, you actually will see turn-by-turn directions right over there. Now, another screen that we passed by that you also take a look at was their driver assist, the driving aid screen, which, if you take a look at here, the side pillars, you'll start to notice these little lights there at the corners of them. Now, the purpose of those lights is, of course, we do have blind spot warning in this vehicle now, standard on the SL models. No need to upgrade into any other options. Again, is Nissan's really pushed towards safety. So if there is a vehicle in your blind spot and you turn on your turn signal light, this will turn on and blink and beep to let you know, hey, there's a vehicle in your lane, probably best not to turn lanes. Now, whenever there is a vehicle, however, a little light will turn on here, so you can kind of see it from the corner of your eye. So again, if you do have the intent of changing lanes, you will know what it's right next to you. Now, of course, this display here is going to show a little bit different than the S and SV models. I mean, more for the S model. SV is actually pretty much the same. Is the location now of Eco and the Sport button. So when I press Sport, or when I press Eco, you'll see that the Eco actually comes up here on the display instead of on the speedometer itself, and then the Sport button now migrated there to the tachometer. Yeah, overall the steering is still steering wheel is actually still the same from the SV. Of course, nice leather wrap steering wheel with a lot of soft touch accents everywhere, like here on the dashboard and everything. Now, moving on to one of the biggest changes, and one of the most appreciated changes, is of course the addition of standard navigation on the SL model. So no need to upgrade any other options. If you have an SL, you have leather seats and you have backup camera and navigation. So as you can see, it actually works really, really well. The map is actually really good laid out, and it's one of the newer versions of Nissan Connect. So it's Nissan Connect with navigation. So you have, of course, app support. So as long as you have your phone connected to the vehicle and have Nissan Connects here, you can use the My App section and use stuff like Pandora, iHeartRadio, Facebook, and again, more apps will be added in the future with Nissan. So again, it's little touches here and there that Nissan really adds to the convenience overall. You do, of course, have satellite radio, AM, FM, CD, auxiliary, with, of course, Bluetooth audio, which is, again, something really, really nice to have, but again, what's standard on the lower SV trim levels. Now, when you have navigation, however, going back to the apps, you actually have a few more apps that are not standard on the SV model, such as TripAdvisor. So you can see certain locations around you. Kind of, if you're in a different area than your own hometown, you can actually more or less you can find places to eat around you. Now, moving on from that, one of the biggest changes, again, only available on the SL models, is what we see here. Now, this is a little bit more premium layout than it was before in the previous model years and in any other Sentra before that. It's the addition of course, it's nice, really laid out digital display of the air conditioning system. So you do actually have a specific here to the SL, of course, is the fact that you do have independent air conditioning control. So you can have heated on one side and cooled on the other side. And again, that is controllable through these little buttons right here. So if the passenger wants to have hot and you want to have cold, again, it's independent. You can adjust it yourself there. a nice auto mode. So again, little touches that Nissan's really paying attention to add to the overall premium feel of the Nissan Sentra SL. Now, of course, this nice piano black interior does make the environment feel a little bit more premium. Moving on, even the center, even the shift knob itself features a lot of that piano black accents to it. So again, it really is a lot more attractive. It's actually leather wrapped as well. So again, it feels like you're in a more premium sedan. Moving to the bottom here now, what you see here, of course, is standard heated seats for both the driver and the passenger. So again, no packages to buy, no cold weather package or all weather package. Again, these are features that are standard on a Nissan Sentra SL. Just taking a quick look around, you can see the overall design of the leather seats. It really is attractive. These nice bolsters hold you in place, which is something that's some leather seats are not known for. You're known for a little bit more sliding if you take a turn and everything, but with these nice bolsters actually tend to hold you in place very, very well. Now, one little small thing to keep in mind, of course, is what we're looking at here. Standard is the home link transceiver. So you can actually hook this up to your garage door or a gate and be able to control that straight from the buttons here on your rear view mirror. There is actually auto dimming as well. So if somebody's headlights are really, really bright behind you, you don't have to worry about that. The auto dimming universal transceiver is going to be able to do that for you. Now, one more addition here. Of course, the previous SV and SR trim levels also had a standard backup camera, but now since we do have a 7-inch display, again, it just makes visibility overall a lot easier. And a lot nicer. So again, you have a bigger display, so you can see things a lot clearer. And I don't know, it's something, little touches that again make you feel and make you really appreciate the SL trim level. Also, one little small correction: the screen size itself is actually a 5.8-inch display. Again, it looks a lot larger because of the whole layout, but one little small thing to correct before moving on. Now, one thing I briefly also wanted to mention with the navigation system is what you have here. So it's XM traffic powered by XM. So of course it gives you live traffic information, accidents, anything like that. So if you actually input your destination, where you want to go exactly, it'll actually reroute you and avoid any accidents that may be on your way, any traffic jams, anything like that. So again, it's a very intuitive system with a lot of benefits behind it. Again, this Nissan Connect with navigation is actually one of the best on the market at the moment. Now, a couple small things not to be overlooked when it comes to voice command. Of course, it does work through Siri, which is standard on the base model. You just press and hold it for 3 seconds, and if you have an iOS device connected to your car, it'll actually activate Siri on your phone, and you can do a couple voice commands. Now, moving on, besides that, the actual voice command feature itself is actually really, really great. So aside from just being able to do basic features as far as calling people, texting people, you can actually input a full street address in one go, not section by section, in this actual feature itself. So again, that's something nice to have. You don't have to worry about actually typing in a direction there on your navigation screen itself. It's actually easier just to talk to it, tell it where you want to go, and the vehicle's going to navigate you there. Now, when it comes to the back seats, Nissan again does not forget about its rear passengers. You still have nice leather soft touch there on the side of the door handles. As far as space is concerned, with the driver's side seat to about my height, you're going to see I actually have a lot of leg room here in the back, so I can really stretch out my legs and get as comfortable as I need to be. I still have a lot of headroom, as you can see here. Again, I'm about 6 feet with both set about to my height. I actually have a lot of leg room here in the back. Of course, still nice leather seating here with an integrated armrest for the rear passenger. So if you're not going to have someone sitting in the middle, you actually can still have your nice cup holders here, or an armrest if you decide to, and get as comfortable as you decide to. 60/40 splitting seating here, so of course you can always pull down the seat and get as much usable space out of the trunk as you really need to. But again, overall here in the back, it is actually a nice place to be seated at. One small thing to note: you have a standard driver's side pocket for both, again, passenger and driver's side. So again, something small, but something that of course is added with the SL package. So keep in mind, if that's what you're looking for, it's available here in the SL model. Now, in most cars, the rear seats tend to be more of a punishment. Not very comfortable and not as spacious as you might have liked. But here in the Nissan Sentra, as can be seen here, it's very comfortable. Very easily can we fit 3 of me here, and again have enough space to play around with. Now, very briefly, I did want to mention the trunk. It is that same 15.1 cubic feet trunk, so it's actually still best in class. Really big for a vehicle in this size. Again, I don't want to go over it too much. It's still the same trunk that you do see on all the other trim levels. Of course, still with the addition of the 60/40 split, which can be seen there by having the little line in the middle. You can fold one seat, sit down 2 people, or fold down one, or fold down 2, and sit down 1 person. So overall, it's still the same as far as trunk space. Here in the back, it's still an attractive design, something pleasant to look at, of course. This has been your in-depth look at the 2016 Nissan Sentra SL.